He's going to get this.
One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the hand, one in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling.
Hey, what's up, gang? Let me go secure for the gang right quick. Hey, what's up, gang? I got it. I think it's my fault. For real. What's up, gang? Hey, I got that check-in to go. I'm gone. A lot of these look lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No cost. I want that cost. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. Good drip. But she love you. Don't cut your... Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. I went from feeling all kites to putting it in my block. Blue Gucci sweater is drill. Somebody give me a. These ain't like the cops. Gossiping more than a. In jail I had. I make you cut off the. Think that I made it, they can't be my friends, so they want to be ops. If I see them hanging and I'm in that spaceship, I'm dropping.
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their men in blue emerging from the MetLife tunnels. We're set to go as the Giants get ready to match up with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. On 1st and 10, here's Manning. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. A big play there on the first play of the game, and even 50 yards.
The well-executed slant routes are based on timing, and that one was hit just right. Ball out of the quarterback's hands quickly, right to the receiver. He catches it on the run, and you saw the end result. Big-time run after catch. They love those rack yards.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Open man right side is Ingram. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. The pitch goes to Barkley. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal. And that's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 7-0. Rosas now to kick this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Kareem Martin in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20.
Snickers, 66. Jack 16.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, complete. That's counter. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, a 22. They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry for James Conner. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Kareem Martin in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
One day.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Well, the New York Giants, as they come back out here on offense, last year all the disappointment, 3-13. Of course, there was the Eli Manning starting controversy. That streak broken, but now a new slate, and you got to think they're poised to do better than 3-13, right?
They certainly are, but their schedule does them no favors right in the beginning. Even though they open at home, they're getting Jacksonville, who played in the AFC Championship game last year. And in a lot of ways are exactly what the Giants want to be in terms of how they run offense and how physical they are. Then they've got to go to Dallas for a division rival game. Then they go to Houston, so they stay in the state of Texas before they come home to take on New Orleans. Those first 4, very difficult for the G-men.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. The give to the fullback on the dive. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, not a lot of flash and dash on that play. 2nd and 2, and they hand it to the big man, and he ends up picking up a first down. A little bit of gray area there, though, but I think what they thought, hey, we hand it to him here. If we come back and don't get it, we still got another down to try and pick it up.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Manning now on 1st down. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Back deep for the Steelers, Antonio Brown. Well, for the Pittsburgh Steelers, as they come back out here on offense, certainly the big question, everyone's worried. You know, a lot of people expected Le'Veon Bell to be in the fold come Labor Day, but September 3rd came and went, Charles. No Le'Veon Bell.
And you know that they would still love to get him back, and when they do, they'll get him integrated into the offense, so they're not too worried about that. They're going to score points. But that meant that James Conner got a lot of work during the preseason. I got to see him in one preseason game against Tennessee. Not only did he carry it well, he caught it well out of the backfield. So they like what they got in James Conner. But let's be honest about it. They'd love to get back Le'Veon Bell.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does, for a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. To throw again is Roethlisberger. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Kareem Martin. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Let's make a quick pivot here to revisit a topic from the last couple of weeks. We've been discussing, well, which rookie starters are going to be in there week 1. It appears to be only one right now, Sam Darnold of New York, correct?
That sounds correct based on what we've heard from the different teams. All of them have made their announcements and their proclamations about their starter. And Sam Darnold's going to get the ball to begin. But for me, it's how long will he remain the only rookie starter? I don't know. It would be terribly long. I look in Buffalo, I think Josh Allen will get his shot fairly early. I look in Arizona, I think Josh Rosen the same, depending on how their teams come out of the gate. And at some point, Baker Mayfield will play this year for the Cleveland Browns.
Seems to be more pressure each year on these franchises to get the rookies in there early, doesn't it?
It certainly does. When you spend that type of draft capital, that type of money, we don't wait nearly as long, and the good coaching staffs meet these kids halfway with what they did in college and turn them loose in the NFL.
They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Manning going to come up on 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
Zebra.
A handoff to Barkley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Zebra.
From the gun on third down, Manning. It's caught. Shepard. 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Zebra.
A first down carry for Barkley. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. Aldrick Rosas now to try the Giants field goal. And the kick by Rosas is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. On the return, it's Juju Smith-Schuster. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Alec Ogletree. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Manning to throw on second down. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because a strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it a second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Now Roethlisberger on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Olivier Vernon coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go.
And he's going to go down again. Dalvin Tomlinson in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That sack's on back-to-back plays. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. He's picked off at his own 47. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Zebra, zebra, zebra.
Now Manning throwing on 2nd down. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Evan Ingram, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And thanks to the interception, the Giants offense cashes in with 6. Rosas good with the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. Rosas now to kick this one away. Smith-Schuster now to return. And now out come the Steelers. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. So the loss of a yard, and now 2nd and 11 from the 24-yard line.
Eight. AB. Snickers.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. A good pickup there, a 22.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On the left side, it's McDonald. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. To the right side and complete to Washington. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Here we go. Snickers, you gotta spin. AB.
Ben to throw again. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4.
Let's go, let's go. We got 3, we got 1 infection.
Again, it's Roethlisberger. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. And without speech. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest and a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run it now out of the gun. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Well, now a carry here for their fullback. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. This is where, you know, 4th quarter, you got the lead. You give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
But you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, you know, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about. But as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Into the red zone now, Manning. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Smash mouth football right here on 1st down. Give it to your fullback, let him bull his way in. But the defense said, and they stone him at the line of scrimmage.
He'll get it up the middle, and he is in. Touchdown, New York. It's the fullback taking it in. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again. They go to the big man. 2nd time he gets it done.
Almost as if they were feeling like he was establishing a rhythm. Give it to him again and again. And how about the end result? Finishes it off in the end zone.
Touchdown, great run, and the score. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead is now 24. Rosas now to kick this one away. Smith-Schuster now to return. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.